Hey everybody, Trolley Polly here, the troll you can trust, back with the Walking Dead Roll Survive video, featuring the next evolved version of Guardian 2, Glenn. Just like Negan getting multiple attacks in while caving in Glenn's head, Glenn decided to take that and put it forth into his adrenaline rush. Glenn is a true Guardian, as he did take the hits no one else wanted to, and still tried to give his last words of love. You're done. Become a silhouette. Can we get this Glenn here as a 6-star ascendable, please? So here we have the next Guardian 2 for yellow, and we can really see the progression of it. Glenn's adrenaline rush is the main focus here, as before, Guardian 2 could only proc with basic attacks only. So no adrenaline rushes would add a Guardian shield for 6 stars. Now though, we have someone who, every turn, can add a Guardian shield. Since he attacks twice with his adrenaline rush, he creates a greater chance to proc his Guardian 2 from a critical hit and heal, and buff on top of it. He is also the first Guardian 2 to heal your team, as the only person who comes close to Glenn is Cal, and he will only heal himself. His active skill is a 50% heal, which is pretty good. I see it as there will be times when a heal is better than a basic attack for a shield proc, as your lowest HP target may already have a Guardian shield on them. So putting 2 shields on people who are probably not near at a threat of dying may not be in your best interest for that turn. They may not be at the best of HP, but they do have a defense buff on them, so giving them more effective HP can go further than one throwaway attack the other team will use, and it will probably be their weakest tune that they'll attack it with. Glenn may be impaired, so you're not able to use your adrenaline rush to heal. So you can actually reach out in your back pocket and heal. This Glenn holds the medic role pretty well with heals and damage negation. Glenn's weapon is absolutely god tier. Obtaining Glenn will pretty much save you a huge amount of crafting materials to get this weapon in the direction you want. And even if it flops all 3 times with no crits, the weapon would still be pretty damn good. But still try to get a perfect weapon on it. So let's just jump right into it, and let's just put Glenn into action. This first attack team, we have Abe, Shiva, and Bruce as our damage dealers. Bruce for turn 2 pressure, and the 50% attack and crit to anyone is great except for Command Glenn. Since you have 3 people at 66 AR, 1 or more should have easily have gotten 6 AP from taking damage, giving you turn 3 kill control with Shiva and Abraham, and defensive control with Glenn for when they fire back their ARs, if they have them. Weapon will be 2 crafts in HP, allowing us to maximize our best scaling defensive stat, and 1 for AP generation, giving Glenn the ability to be commanded turn 2 for increased chances of proccing a Guardian 2 from the enemy hitting you extremely hard on their next turn. If you choose not to command Glenn, then turn 3 he can use his adrenaline rush. Seeing as Glenn has a high base HP, we will put a HP combat mod to further the scaling. Attack first blue if you have a roster depth deep enough to be able to use him for specific purposes, such as if you were to use this team versus a Garrett team. Or if your roster is limited and Glenn may be the best use for you, so much he ends up finding himself on a bad trait ends than defense first screens. Stun resist, as that is the biggest sausage slap in the face for him. It's not that bad if he is confused, as he won't hit that hard, won't have trait advantage over anyone, can still gain AP, can still proc Guardian 2, and his weapon is absolute defense, so no one is getting crowd controlled. AP down as we are attacking, and it would be the best option compared to Gray's, as Glenn does have absolute defense, so we can expand our horizons a bit on this utility. His wild card would be a crit mod to go with his Guardian 2 procs. The set, you will want all this to be either health or defense, but I do like the health stacking here to make healing adrenaline rushes more effective. For the second team, this defense team is made for timing out, but does have some kill potential. I mean, everybody heals. It's either HP or bonus HP with some focus to say, screw your taunts and confuses. You would really want a Decapitate Sandy versus team, but I can say there are more people that don't have her than do, so you would be in pretty good hands. With this team, if you can make it tanky enough to where no one dies before one of many healers uses their adrenaline rush, you are in good hands with focus, defense buff, constant HP gains, and bonus health gains. Weapon of choice is Double Craft his health and add some AP generation. For combat mods, a health mod is good for scaling with defense per screens, as they have a trait advantage and we have no control who attacks us on defense. Stun resist, as it's the worst thing that can happen to Glenn. Since we have a human shield and a good chance of buying our team a turn or two, I think an AP down combat mod would fit well here to cause more disruption for the enemy team. Crit wildcard mod for his Guardian 2, and wrap it all up with a health set, as we are stacking a lot of health for the bonus HP here, and have Dante for a very high defense buff. Team number 3, with Garrett, we take a more defensive approach, mainly due to the recent release of Yellow Premieres, which have been pretty rock solid creations. Bring double human shields for the high burst tunes such as Marlin and Rosie. We want to make sure the weapons of this team consist of absolute defenses and impair when taking damage, mainly because if they want to pop out a focus, we want to make sure that we can disrupt their AP generation so that they can't use their focus and then adrenaline rush freely. Garrett, we can make him pretty tanky with an impair gun, and the same with Guardian Glenn and his absolute defense weapon. We bring Hunter for our revive, and it's someone that's a very tanky medic. Weapon of choice is Double Craft his health and add some AP generation on attack. As for combat mods, with yellow and blue teams, I feel you want to take more of a AP control approach, as you can have absolute defense proc and they get no AP. Or if they want to impair themselves by attacking a blue character, then let's rub salt on the wound and actually start putting AP down mods on our characters to make sure that they stay at close to 0 AP as possible. This is yet another way to fight the focus that we may see from running human shields. And for the 4th team, we run an attack team, and we have Marlin's weapon proc for either a turn 1 or turn 2 command adrenaline rush to slaughter 1 or 2 enemies. With having AP when taking damage, there is a good chance we can at least have one of our 4 other survivors that have 66 AR to pop off without a command, leaving whoever isn't ready to AR commandable to use their adrenaline rush, giving us more pressure for damage and options depending on whoever we're up against on the enemy team. Weapon of choice is 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink. Combat mods, we go more aggressive with attack versus blue, as we want to use this team versus range and bring in a graze mod since we lack a defense leadership buff. And considering our adrenaline rushes should be popping off a lot sooner than theirs, since we are having a team full of 66s, we don't have to really worry too much about AP down when we can just strictly run a graze to make sure we're all alive, to make sure everybody uses their adrenaline rush at least one time. And so that is the Survivor Spotlight of Glenn, Guardian 2. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, it made you laugh, or you to think positive, please give a nice karate chop to that like and subscribe button. Make sure you leave a comment down below. It's sports greatly appreciated. And other than that, I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye-bye!